This is part 1 of 130 essential questions on traffic signs from the MTO Driver's Handbook. Watch until the end, every question is important and can help you pass on your first try.
Question 1. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must come to a complete stop. B. Drivers should slow down their vehicles. C. There are stopped vehicles ahead. D. There is a dead end ahead. The correct answer is A. Drivers must come to a complete stop. Explanation. A stop sign indicates that drivers must come to a complete stop at the intersection or designated stopping point. Question 2. What does this sign mean? A. This sign means you must come to a complete stop. B. This sign means you are not allowed to enter this area. C. This sign indicates the maximum speed limit on the road. D. This sign means you must slow down and yield the right-of-way to traffic or pedestrians. The correct answer is D. This sign means you must slow down and yield the right-of-way to traffic or pedestrians. Explanation. This is a yield sign, which instructs drivers to slow down and yield the right-of-way to other vehicles or pedestrians. Unlike a stop sign, a yield sign does not always require you to stop completely. Instead, it asks you to proceed cautiously and ensure the path is clear before continuing. Question 3. What does this sign mean? A. This sign indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. B. This sign indicates a railroad crossing, where you must slow down, look for trains, and proceed only if it's safe. C. This sign means there is a hospital nearby. D. There is a construction zone ahead. The correct answer is B. This sign indicates a railroad crossing, where you must slow down, look for trains, and proceed only if it's safe. Explanation. The red and white X sign is known as a crossbuck sign, used to warn drivers about an upcoming railroad crossing. It serves as a reminder to approach the tracks cautiously, look and listen for oncoming trains, and stop if necessary. Question 4. What does this sign mean? A. Bicycles are prohibited in this area. B. Bicycles must yield to all pedestrians. C. Bicycles are permitted in this area. D. Bicycles must stop immediately before entering this zone. The correct answer is C. Bicycles are permitted in this area. Explanation. A bicycle inside a green circle indicates that bicycles are allowed to ride in this area. The green circle universally signifies permission, unlike red circles, which indicate restrictions or prohibitions. Question 5. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers can only park their vehicle during the mentioned time. B. Drivers can only park their vehicles during other than the time mentioned. C. Drivers cannot park their vehicles in this area. D. This is a private parking area. The correct answer is A. Drivers can only park their vehicle during the mentioned time. Explanation. This sign means that parking is allowed only during the specific times indicated on the sign. Outside of these times, parking is prohibited. Question 6. What does this sign mean? A. Snowmobiles may use this road only in daylight. B. Snowmobiles are prohibited in this area. C. Snowmobiles are allowed to use this road. D. Snowmobiles may pass only at night. The correct answer is C. Snowmobiles are allowed to use this road. Explanation: this sign, known as a snowmobile route, informs both snowmobile riders and other road users that snowmobiles are permitted to travel on the designated road. Question 7. What does this sign mean? A. You are allowed to drive in this direction only. B. You must not enter this road. C. Pedestrians are allowed to cross here. D. Drivers can't park in this area. The correct answer is B. You must not enter this road. Explanation: this sign informs drivers that they are not permitted to enter the road in the direction indicated by the sign. It is often placed at the end of one-way streets or at restricted access points. Question 8. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers are not allowed to park their vehicles between the arrows. B. Drivers must not stop in the area between the arrows. C. There is ongoing construction in the area between the arrows. D. Drivers must not speed up in the area between the arrows. The correct answer is B. Drivers must not stop in the area between the arrows. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are prohibited from stopping in the area between the arrows. This is commonly seen in places like intersections or lanes leading up to a pedestrian crossing, where stopping could cause obstruction or traffic delays. Question 9. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers cannot park their vehicle in the area between the arrows. B. Drivers must not stop their vehicle except while loading or unloading passengers in the area between the arrows. C. Drivers can speed up in the area between the arrows because of no pedestrians. D. Drivers must park in the area between the arrows. The correct answer is B. Drivers must not stop their vehicle except while loading or unloading passengers in the area between the arrows. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers must not stop their vehicles between the arrows except while loading or unloading passengers in the area. Question 10. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers cannot park in the area between these signs. B. Drivers must not stop their vehicle in the area between these signs. C. Drivers can park their vehicles in the area between these signs. D. Only bicycles can park in the area between these signs, not four-wheel vehicles. The correct answer is A. Drivers cannot park in the area between these signs. Explanation: a no parking sign with arrows pointing both ways marks a zone where parking is prohibited to keep the area clear for traffic flow or other purposes. Question 11. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must turn left at the intersection. B. Drivers must not turn left at the intersection. C. Drivers must not enter the intersection. D. Drivers must not drive their vehicle in the left lane. The correct answer is B. Drivers must not turn left at the intersection. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are prohibited from making a left turn at the intersection. Question 12. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must go straight at the intersection. B. There is a dead end ahead. C. Drivers must not drive through the intersection. D. There is a turn in the road ahead. The correct answer is C. Drivers must not drive through the intersection. Explanation: this sign means that drivers are not allowed to proceed straight through the intersection. You must either turn left or right, depending on the other available options. Question 13. What does this sign mean? A. There is no U-turn ahead. B. Drivers must take a U-turn ahead. C. Drivers must not take a U-turn ahead. D. Drivers must turn left ahead. The correct answer is C. Drivers must not take a U-turn ahead. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are prohibited from making a U-turn at the upcoming location. Question 14. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must turn right when facing a red light at an intersection. B. Drivers must not turn right when facing a red light at an intersection. C. Drivers can go straight when facing a red light at an intersection. D. Drivers must come to a complete stop when facing a red light at an intersection. The correct answer is B. Drivers must not turn right when facing a red light at an intersection. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are prohibited from making a right turn when the traffic light is red at the intersection. Question 15. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must turn left only at times other than those specified. B. Drivers must turn left only during the specified times. C. Drivers must not turn left during the specified times. D. Drivers must not turn left except during the specified times. The correct answer is C. Drivers must not turn left during the specified times. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are prohibited from making a left turn during the specific times mentioned on the sign. Outside of these times, left turns are allowed. Question 16. What does this sign mean? A. Only vehicles with an accessible parking permit can park here. B. Parking is prohibited in this area. C. This parking area is for ambulances only. D. Disabled persons are not allowed to park here. The correct answer is A. Only vehicles with an accessible parking permit can park here. Explanation: this sign indicates that parking is reserved exclusively for vehicles displaying an accessible parking permit. Question 17. What does this sign mean? A. Bicycles are allowed on this road. B. Bicycles are not allowed on this road. C. Bicycle parking is prohibited in this area. D. Bicycle parking is permitted in this area. The correct answer is B. Bicycles are not allowed on this road. Explanation: this sign indicates that bicycles are prohibited from using this road. Question 18. What does this sign mean? A. Pedestrians are not allowed on the road. B. No vehicles are allowed on the road. C. No bicycles are allowed on the road. D. There's no crosswalk in the area ahead. The correct answer is A. Pedestrians are not allowed on the road. Explanation: this sign indicates that pedestrians are prohibited from walking on this road. Question 19. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must keep to the left of the traffic island. B. Drivers must make a left turn. C. Drivers must make a right turn. D. Drivers must keep to the right of the traffic island. The correct answer is D. Drivers must keep to the right of the traffic island. Explanation: This sign indicates that drivers must keep to the right side of the traffic island for a smooth and safe traffic flow. Question 20. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must maintain a speed of at least 50 km per hour in the area ahead. B. There is a speed limit of 50 km per hour in the area ahead. C. This is the end of the speed limit zone. D. There is a speed limit for vehicles that are 40 m long. The correct answer is B. There is a speed limit of 50 km per hour in the area ahead. Explanation: this sign indicates that the maximum speed limit in the upcoming area is 50 km per hour. Question 21. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must not pass other vehicles on the road. B. Drivers can pass other vehicles on the road. C. There is a single-lane road ahead. D. There is a two-lane road ahead. The correct answer is A. Drivers must not pass other vehicles on the road. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are prohibited from overtaking or passing other vehicles on this road. Question 22. What does this sign mean? A. Faster vehicles can pass slower vehicles on the right lane. B. Faster traffic must keep on right. C. Slower traffic must keep on right side. D. All traffic must stay in the right lane. The correct answer is C. Slower traffic must keep on right side. Explanation: this sign indicates that slower moving vehicles must stay in the right lane to allow faster vehicles to pass on the left. Question 23. What does this sign mean? A. There is a community zone ahead with lower fines for traffic violations. B. There is a community zone ahead with a lower speed limit. C. There is a community zone ahead with an increased focus on safety and higher fines for violations. D. There is a community zone ahead with an area designated for parking only. The correct answer is C. There is a community zone ahead with an increased focus on safety and higher fines for violations. Explanation: the sign means that there's a community zone ahead, and traffic violation fines are higher due to the increased focus on safety, often because of the presence of pedestrians, schools, or other high-risk factors. Question 24. What does this sign mean? A. 40 km per hour is the lowest maximum speed limit in the area when the light is flashing. B. The flashing light indicates the oncoming of a train at the railway crossing ahead. C. The speed limit in the area remains in effect even when the lights are not flashing. D. There is a speed limit in the area ahead when the lights are flashing. The correct answer is D. There is a speed limit in the area ahead when the lights are flashing. Explanation: this sign indicates that the speed limit in the upcoming area, mentioned on the sign, is enforced only when the lights are flashing. Drivers must reduce their speed to the specified limit during these times to comply with traffic regulations. Question 25. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers should stop for a school bus when the signals are flashing. B. Drivers may pass a school bus with caution when the signals are flashing. C. Drivers must slow down their vehicles when the signals are flashing. D. Drivers must not speed up their vehicles when the signals are flashing. The correct answer is A. Drivers should stop for a school bus when the signals are flashing. Explanation: This sign indicates that drivers must stop when a school bus has its signals flashing to ensure the safety of children boarding or exiting the bus. Question 26. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers in the bus's lane must stop for the school bus when the signals are flashing. B. Drivers from both directions must stop for the school bus when its signals are flashing. C. Drivers in other lanes must come to a complete stop for the school bus when its signals are flashing. D. Drivers from both directions can proceed with caution. The correct answer is B. Drivers from both directions must stop for the school bus when its signals are flashing. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers from both directions must stop when a school bus has its signals flashing to ensure the safety of children boarding or exiting the bus. Question 27. What does this sign mean? A. The driver in the first lane must turn left, the driver in the second lane can turn left or go straight, and the driver in the third lane must turn right. B. The driver in the first lane must go straight, the driver in the second lane must turn right, and the driver in the third lane must turn left. C. The driver in the first lane must turn right, the driver in the second lane must turn left, and the driver in the third lane must go straight. D. The driver in the first lane must go straight, or turn right, the driver in the second lane must turn right, and the driver in the third lane must turn left. The correct answer is A. The driver in the first lane must turn left, the driver in the second lane can turn left or go straight, and the driver in the third lane must turn right. Explanation: this sign indicates specific lane usage at an intersection. Drivers in the leftmost lane must turn left, those in the middle lane can either turn left or go straight, and drivers in the rightmost lane must turn right. Question 28. What does this sign mean? A. Traffic must travel in the right lane. B. Traffic must travel in the left lane. C. Traffic can travel in both directions. D. Traffic must travel only in one direction. The correct answer is D. Traffic must travel only in one direction. Explanation: this sign indicates that traffic on this road must travel in only one direction. They must not go against the flow of traffic. Question 29. What does this sign mean? A. There is a pedestrian crossover ahead. You must prepare to stop. B. There is a pedestrian crossover ahead that you must pass through without any caution. C. Pedestrians are not allowed in the area ahead. D. Vehicles are not allowed in the area ahead. The correct answer is A. There is a pedestrian crossover ahead. You must prepare to stop. Explanation: this sign indicates that there is a pedestrian crossover ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed and be prepared to stop to allow pedestrians to cross safely. Question 30. What does this sign mean? A. There is only a two-way right turn. B. There is only a two-way left turn. C. There is an intersection ahead. D. There is a U-turn ahead. The correct answer is B. There is only a two-way left turn. Explanation: this sign, usually found at intersections, indicates that there are two left turn lanes, meaning drivers can turn left from either of the two lanes. Question 31. What does this sign mean? A. The area is a reserved pickup and drop-off spot for individuals with disabilities who have a valid permit. B. The area is restricted for individuals with disabilities. C. The parking is reserved for hospital faculty. D. The parking is reserved for individuals with disabilities. The correct answer is A. The area is a reserved pickup and drop-off spot for individuals with disabilities who have a valid permit. Explanation: this sign indicates a no standing zone reserved for vehicles with a valid disability parking permit. Stopping is only allowed for loading or unloading passengers, with the arrows showing the enforcement area. Question 32. What does this sign mean? A. The lane is closed to all traffic during the listed hours. B. The lane is reserved for specific vehicles such as buses and taxis during the listed hours. C. The lane is reserved for emergency vehicles. D. The lane is a bike-only lane at all times. The correct answer is B. The lane is reserved for specific vehicles such as buses and taxis during the listed hours. Explanation: this sign indicates a reserved lane or specific vehicles such as buses, taxis, carpools, vehicles with multiple occupants, and bicycles during designated times. Outside these times, the lane may be used by regular traffic. Question 33. What does this sign mean? A. Vehicles should keep to the right lane except when passing. B. This two-lane road converges into a single-lane road ahead. C. Drivers must turn right ahead. D. Drivers must turn left ahead. The correct answer is A. Vehicles should keep to the right lane except when passing. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers should keep to the right lane except when passing on two-lane sections where climbing or passing lanes are provided. Question 34. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must stop completely at the bus stop. B. Drivers must yield the right-of-way to buses at bus stops. C. Buses must yield to other vehicles at bus stops. D. Drivers are not allowed to pass buses at bus stops. The correct answer is B. Drivers must yield the right-of-way to buses at bus stops. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers must yield the right-of-way to buses at bus stops. This means that when a bus is pulling out from a bus stop, other vehicles must allow the bus to merge into traffic safely. Question 35. What does this sign mean? A. The road merges into one lane. B. The road forks to the right. C. Drivers must turn right. D. The road ends ahead. The correct answer is B. The road forks to the right. Explanation: this sign indicates that the road ahead splits into two separate paths, with one path veering to the right, warning drivers to be prepared for the fork in the road and to choose their lane accordingly. Question 36. What does this sign mean? A. A zone where school buses can load or unload students without signaling. B. There is a school zone ahead. C. School buses are not allowed to stop in this zone. D. There is a parking for school buses only. The correct answer is A. A zone where school buses can load or unload students without signaling. Explanation: this sign indicates a designated zone where school buses can load or unload students without using the red alternating lights and stop arm. Question 37. What does this sign mean? A. This road is prohibited for long commercial vehicles. B. Any vehicle carrying hazardous substances or toxins is prohibited on this road. C. Vehicles must stop for inspection before entering this road. D. Only emergency vehicles are allowed on this road. The correct answer is B. Any vehicle carrying hazardous substances or toxins is prohibited on this road. Explanation: this sign indicates that any vehicle carrying hazardous substances or toxins is prohibited from using this road for the safety of the environment and the public by preventing potential spills or accidents involving dangerous materials. Question 38. What does this sign mean? A. Passing other vehicles is prohibited on this road. B. Only emergency vehicles are allowed to pass. C. Passing other vehicles is permitted on this road. D. Vehicles must stop before passing. The correct answer is C. Passing other vehicles is permitted on this road. Explanation: this sign indicates that passing other vehicles is permitted on this road. It informs drivers that overtaking slower-moving vehicles in this area is safe and legal, provided they do so with caution and follow all other traffic rules. Question 39. What does this sign mean? A. Vehicles carrying hazardous substances are prohibited on this road. B. Only emergency vehicles are allowed on this road. C. Any vehicle carrying hazardous substances or toxins is permitted on this road. D. Vehicles must stop for inspection before entering this road. The correct answer is C. Any vehicle carrying hazardous substances or toxins is permitted on this road. Explanation: this sign indicates that any vehicle carrying hazardous substances or toxins is permitted to use this road. Question 40. What does this sign mean? A. This lane is for buses only. B. This lane is for trucks only. C. This lane is for bicycles only. D. The lane is for motorcycles only. The correct answer is C. This lane is for bicycles only. Explanation: this sign indicates that the lane is designated exclusively for bicycles. Motor vehicles and pedestrians are not allowed to use this lane. Question 41. What does this sign mean? A. It indicates a permitted action. B. It provides information about nearby attractions. C. It indicates a prohibited action. D. It gives directions to the nearest highway. The correct answer is C. It indicates a prohibited action. Explanation: a red circle with a slash on a white background is a prohibitory sign. It indicates that a specific action is not allowed. For example, a sign with a red circle and slash over a left turn arrow means that left turns are prohibited. Question 42. What does this sign mean? A. It indicates a prohibited action. B. It provides a warning about potential hazards. C. It indicates a permitted action. D. It gives directions to the nearest highway. The correct answer is C. It indicates a permitted action. Explanation: a green circle on a white background is a regulatory sign that indicates a permitted action. It tells drivers what they are allowed to do in that area. For example, it might indicate that a certain maneuver, like turning left or right, is permitted. Question 43. What does this sign mean? A. It provides information about nearby attractions. B. It indicates a rule or law that drivers must follow, such as speed limits, parking regulations, and lane usage. C. It warns drivers about potential hazards ahead. D. It gives directions to the nearest highway. The correct answer is B. It indicates a rule or law that drivers must follow, such as speed limits, parking regulations, and lane usage. Explanation: a regulatory sign with a white background typically indicates a rule or law that drivers must follow. These signs often feature black text or symbols and are used to convey mandatory instructions, such as speed limits, parking regulations, and lane usage. Question 44. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must not stop within and block the intersection. B. Drivers can park their vehicles in the intersection. C. Drivers must stop completely at the intersection. D. Drivers must yield to oncoming traffic at the intersection. The correct answer is A. Drivers must not stop within and block the intersection. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers must not stop their vehicles within the intersection, as this may cause blockages. They must keep the intersection clear, allowing traffic to flow smoothly and preventing gridlock. Question 45. What does this sign mean? A. There is a speed camera ahead. B. There is a red light camera at the intersection. C. Drivers must stop completely at the intersection. D. The intersection is closed to traffic. The correct answer is B. There is a red light camera at the intersection. Explanation: this sign indicates that there is a red light camera at the intersection. Red light cameras are automated devices installed to capture images of vehicles that run red lights. Question 46. What does this sign mean? A. Vehicles in the left-hand lane must merge right. B. Vehicles in the right-hand lane must merge left. C. Vehicles in the left-hand lane must exit. D. Vehicles in the right-hand lane must exit. The correct answer is D. Vehicles in the right-hand lane must exit. Explanation: this sign indicates that vehicles in the right-hand lane must exit. It informs drivers that if they are in the right lane, they are required to leave the main road at the upcoming exit. Question 47. What does this sign mean? A. Only emergency vehicles may use this lane. B. All vehicles are allowed to use this lane. C. Only public vehicles such as buses, or passenger vehicles carrying a specified minimum number of passengers, may use this lane. D. Only motorcycles may use this lane. The correct answer is C. Only public vehicles such as buses, or passenger vehicles carrying a specified minimum number of passengers, may use this lane. Explanation: this sign indicates that only public vehicles, such as buses, or passenger vehicles carrying a specified minimum number of passengers, may use this lane. These lanes are known as high occupancy vehicle (HOV) lanes and are designed to encourage carpooling and reduce traffic congestion. Question 48. What does this sign mean? A. Vehicles can freely change lanes into or out of the HOV lane. B. Vehicles cannot change lanes into or out of the HOV lane in this area. C. Only emergency vehicles can use the HOV lane. D. The HOV lane is closed to all traffic. The correct answer is B. Vehicles cannot change lanes into or out of the HOV lane in this area. Explanation: this sign indicates that vehicles are not allowed to change lanes into or out of a high occupancy vehicle (HOV) lane in this area. Question 49. What does this sign mean? A. The road ends ahead. B. There is a playground ahead. C. Drivers are approaching a school zone and should drive with caution and look out for children. D. There is a pedestrian crossing ahead. The correct answer is C. Drivers are approaching a school zone and should drive with caution and look out for children. Explanation: this sign indicates that drivers are approaching a school zone and should drive with caution. It serves as a warning to be extra vigilant and watch out for children who may be crossing the road or walking nearby. Question 50. What does this sign mean? A. The road ahead is closed. B. The bridge ahead is wide enough for all vehicles. C. There is a narrow bridge ahead. D. The road ahead has multiple lanes. The correct answer is C. There is a narrow bridge ahead. Explanation: this sign indicates that there is a narrow bridge ahead. Drivers should slow down, stay in their lane, and be cautious of oncoming traffic, as the bridge may not have enough width for two vehicles to pass comfortably. Question 51. What does this sign mean? A. The road ends ahead. B. This road is branching off ahead. C. The road merges into one lane. D. The road curves sharply to the left. The correct answer is B. This road is branching off ahead. Explanation: this sign indicates that the road ahead is branching off. It warns drivers that the road will split into two separate paths, and they should be prepared to choose their direction accordingly. Question 52. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must stop completely at the intersection ahead. B. Drivers from the mentioned direction have the right of way at the intersection ahead. C. The intersection is closed to all traffic. D. Drivers can proceed without yielding at the intersection. The correct answer is B. Drivers from the mentioned direction have the right of way at the intersection ahead. Explanation: this sign indicates that there is an intersection ahead, and drivers from the direction mentioned on the sign have the right of way. Question 53. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must travel in a clockwise direction in the roundabout. B. Drivers must stop completely before entering the roundabout. C. Drivers must travel in a counterclockwise direction in the roundabout. D. Drivers can travel in any direction in the roundabout. The correct answer is C. Drivers must travel in a counterclockwise direction in the roundabout. Explanation: this sign indicates that there is a roundabout ahead and drivers must travel in a counterclockwise direction. Question 54. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers from the side road don't have a clear view ahead at the intersection. B. Drivers must go straight through the intersection ahead. C. Drivers must yield to oncoming traffic. D. There is a pedestrian crossing ahead. The correct answer is A. Drivers from the side road don't have a clear view ahead at the intersection. Explanation: the road sign indicates that drivers approaching the intersection from the side road don't have a clear view ahead at the intersection. Question 55. What does this sign mean? A. There is a hidden intersection ahead. B. There is a dead end ahead. C. There is a bridge ahead. D. The pavement narrows ahead. The correct answer is D. The pavement narrows ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that the pavement narrows ahead. This means that the width of the road will decrease, and there will be less space between your vehicle and the vehicles moving in the opposite direction, as well as the shoulder. Question 56. What does this sign mean? A. There is a sharp right turn ahead. B. There is a sharp left turn ahead. C. There is a slight right curve ahead. D. There is a slight left curve ahead. The correct answer is C. There is a slight right curve ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that there is a slight right curve ahead. This warning sign alerts drivers that the road will curve gently to the right. Question 57. What does this sign mean? A. The safest maximum speed limit at the curve. B. The safest minimum speed limit at the curve. C. The speed limit in the area ahead. D. None of the above. The correct answer is A. The safest maximum speed limit at the curve. Explanation: the road sign indicates the safest maximum speed limit at the curve. It informs drivers of the maximum speed they should maintain while navigating the curve. Question 58. What does this sign mean? A. There is a sharp left turn ahead. B. There is a sharp right turn ahead. C. There is a slight right curve ahead. D. There is a slight left curve ahead. The correct answer is B. There is a sharp right turn ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that there is a sharp right turn ahead, alerting the drivers to slow down before entering the turn and avoid passing other vehicles. Question 59. What does this sign mean? A. This sign guides drivers around the sharp curves in the road. B. The road ahead is closed. C. The pavement narrows ahead. D. There is a winding road ahead. The correct answer is A. This sign guides drivers around the sharp curves in the road. Explanation: the road sign indicates that chevron, arrowhead, signs are posted in groups to guide drivers around sharp curves in the road. These signs are typically placed on the outside of a curve to provide a visual cue for the direction and sharpness of the turn. Question 60. What does this sign mean? A. There is a slippery road ahead. B. There is a narrow bridge ahead. C. There is a winding road ahead. D. There is a landslide ahead. The correct answer is C. There is a winding road ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates a winding road ahead with several curves. Drivers should slow down and proceed cautiously to maintain control. Question 61. What does this sign mean? A. There is a lifted bridge ahead. B. There is a construction zone ahead. C. There is a coastal area ahead. D. There is a crosswalk ahead. The correct answer is A. There is a lifted bridge ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that there is a lifted bridge ahead. This warning sign alerts drivers that the bridge they are approaching can be raised or lifted, typically to allow boats to pass underneath. Question 62. What does this sign mean? A. There is a dead end ahead. B. Drivers must come to a complete stop. C. The paved surface starts ahead. D. the paved surface ends ahead. The correct answer is D, the paved surface ends ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that the paved surface ends ahead, changing from a hard-surfaced pavement to a lower-type surface, such as gravel or an earth road. Drivers should slow down and adjust their driving to maintain control of their vehicle on the new surface. Question 63. What does this sign mean? A. Bicycles are prohibited in this area. B. There is a bicycle parking ahead. C. There is a bicycle crossing ahead. D. This road ahead features an official bicycle lane. The correct answer is C. There is a bicycle crossing ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that there is a bicycle crossing ahead. Drivers should slow down, be vigilant, and watch for cyclists entering or exiting the roadway. Question 64. What does this sign mean? A. Drivers must come to a complete stop. B. There is a stop sign ahead. C. There is a dead end ahead. D. There is a construction zone ahead. The correct answer is B. There is a stop sign ahead. Explanation: the road sign indicates that there is a stop sign ahead, alerting drivers that they are approaching an intersection where they will need to come to a complete stop. Question 65. What does this sign mean? A. This road has one-way traffic. B. This road has two-way traffic. C. Drivers must stay in the left lane. D. There is an intersection ahead. The correct answer is B. This road has two-way traffic. Explanation: this sign indicates that the road has two-way traffic, meaning that vehicles can travel in both directions on the same road.